Recently, I made a video in which I commented on Athena Simulations, a third-party developer on the TSW scene, and how they've seemingly gone quiet after only releasing one item of DLC, namely a gameplay pack, and we all know how well that went. That situation reminded me of Centro, another third-party developer who has released a gameplay pack and nothing else, so far, since they arrived on the TSW scene. This is Class 323, number 323221, which received a Heritage Regional Railways / Centro livery in December 2022 to mark 30 years of Class 323 operations on the Cross City Line. A busy suburban route that runs for around 37 miles from Lichfield Trent Valley to Redditch or Bromsgrove, going via Birmingham New Street. Incidentally, we've had the Cross City Line in Train Sim World since November 2022. 323221 took part in a farewell rail tour in September 2024, and still wore the Centro livery as recently as August 2025, when she appeared at the Greatest Gathering in Derby. As far as I know, the real unit went back to storage in Long Marston after visiting Derby, but don't quote me on that. Simtrack's gameplay pack was first released in December 2023, during the TSW4 era, and it is still available on Steam for $9 New Zealand dollars at full price. I can't remember how long ago I got the pack, or how much I paid for it, but I do remember that it wasn't full price. There isn't much included in the add-on, just one reskin for the Class 323 and a quintet of scenarios for the Cross City Line, but generally, I don't bother playing scenarios in TSW because I feel that they have no replay value at all. 323221 does not add any new services to timetable mode on the Cross City Line. Instead, she merely substitutes into the default timetable, as well as the new one that comes with the Cross Country and West Midlands Class 170 pack. Aside from the new livery and the presence of a random teddy bear, of all things, in the cab, I can't tell what, if anything, has changed from the default West Midlands Railway variant. For one thing, and as you might expect, the sounds, physics, and driving experience haven't changed. Personally, I think the sounds for the 323 and TSW are pretty good, but the motors are a little bit too quiet. Unfortunately, I can't do a real-life vs TSW sound comparison for the Class 323, because I don't have any real 323 footage of my own. The Cross City Line had been taken over by Class 730 Aventre units before I arrived in England, so I couldn't see any 323s in the Birmingham area. I initially thought I'd have a chance to see one at Liverpool Lime Street on the 24th of April, but the Merseyrail train coming down from Southport, on which I was riding, was conveniently running a few minutes late, so I only just missed the connection at Moorfields. That was one of the worst parts of the UK trip for me, and in all honesty, moving on is easier said than done. The good thing is that, later that same day, I got to ride aboard the Class 230s on the Borderlands line. There's one of many routes, and trains, that I'd like to see in TSW someday. Maybe I'll have better luck at seeing 323s next time I go to England. Only time will tell. And for now, let's get on to my closing thoughts on the Centro 323. In closing, I would recommend avoiding the Centro Class 323 gameplay pack, but if you still want it, you'd be better off waiting until it's available at a discount of 60% off or more. With the minuscule amounts of new content on offer in this add-on, it comes across as a low-effort cash grab. Unfortunately, this is not the only such case where TSW is concerned. Although I think the Centro livery looks perfectly fine, you could argue that someone could have easily made it as a free reskin and put it on the Creators Club or something. In February 2024, it was announced that Centro were working on an expansion pack for Peak Forest, complete with the Class 104 diesel multiple unit and a new freight wagon. For whatever reason, the Peak Forest expansion pack was taken off the TSW roadmap in April 2025 and hasn't reappeared since. The Peak Forest route feels absolutely desolate in its current state, and said feeling of desolation is not helped by the myriad of empty yards throughout the route. Part of me is still hopeful that we'll see the Class 104 and Peak Forest expansion pack come to fruition at some point. If you've stuck around to the end of the video, you win a collection of farm buildings that used to be owned by the lead singer of Cold Chisel. It's the Jimmy Barnes